So what is up, guys? Today I want to share with you my R31 Skyline drift setup for the Shutoko survival project servers, for example. So with the gears, I left it on the Shutoko gear ratio, perfectly fine. Tires, front tires 25 psi, rear tires 20 psi. Fuel, I put it on max fuel, because some servers have fuel consumption, but I guess you could put it to 1 liter or 1 gallon, it doesn't matter. So for the turbo, I would recommend you start at 50%, and when your tires have the optimal temperature, optimal operating temperature, then the car might be a little too grippy or might be a little weak on power, but as soon as your rear tires heat up, which will happen pretty quickly if you drift, and they're getting red, getting high temperature, then 50% is absolutely enough in my opinion. But if it's too weak for you, I would recommend playing around with it, like putting it to 60, 70. I wouldn't go above 80%, because then for me at least the throttle is just way too hard to control. Like you just give it as little as possible throttle, but the rear tires just smoke right away. So yeah, keeping it between 50 and 80, you should be totally fine. So for the rear wing, I left it on 9 degrees because we want the rear to be planted to the ground. Alignment, I put -2 degrees camber in the front, toe to 10 in the front, 0 degrees camber in the rear, and 45 toe in the rear. For the front bump, I put it all the way up to 10,000. Front rebound, I put it to 10,000 also. Rear bump, I put it to 4,000 all the way down. Rebound in the rear, 9,500. So for the drivetrain, diff power, I put it on to the lowest, 32%. I know this might seem odd for drifting, like usually you want high diff power, but the diff in this car is so crazy that even with 32%, the diff is just smoking the tires. So I put everything on the lowest, it works really well. So the brake bias, I put it all the way to the front because it brakes really well now. It might lock up sometimes if you press the brake too hard, but if you feather the brakes a little bit, you should just be fine. If it's annoying to you, can put it to 75 or maybe 70, just play around with that a little bit. Alright, suspension, anti-roll bar in the front, I put it to 27,000. Rear rate to the lowest, 74 Newton meters. Height all the way up in the front. Wheel rate in the rear, 56 Newton meters. And height all the way down in the rear. Anti-roll bar in the rear, 9,000. So this setup is made for a wheel. I made it with a wheel, but it might work on controller as well. I can't really say. You might have to test. If there's someone out there that wants to test it, let me know in the comments if it worked for you. If you have any cars on which you want me to do a setup on, let me know in the comments. If you have any further tips on setups for any car, for example the R31, let me know in the comments. So yeah guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See ya.